Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked on this Thursday morning. You're live with Expresso. Now, yesterday, in fact, if you've been wondering why this whole week I've been beaming from ear to ear, it's because we have been lucky enough to welcome some true legends onto our stage floor. Yesterday, we chatted to Francois Pinault. I spoke about the upcoming Cape Town virtual marathon. Yes, it's gone virtual now with some really cool twists involved. And today, we have another huge honor, chatting to South African icon and truly world-class marathon runner, Elana Meyer. She's here in studio as well, which makes me so happy. I can't tell you how nice it is to actually have a guest here, even though we can't go near towards each other. It is great to have Elana here, and she's going to take us through some amazing training tips, some advice, and of course, she knows this stuff really well. Elana, so good to see you.
Yeah, fantastic to be. We've been operating, in cyberspace for so long now. So it's fantastic to be here in the studio.
How have you been through all of this crazy time? How's your family doing? How have you managed to keep mentally and physically fit and sane during this time?
Yeah, it's been a tough time, I think, for everybody. I've been running for 40 years, so it's been very strange not to have the freedom to go out for a run, so during lockdown, obviously.
Did you do your driveway?
Sneaked out for a couple, so it's fantastic to have the freedom to go out and run in the mountains again. It's still part of, me. It's something that I really love, and, good to have it back.
I think a lot of runners sharing that sentiment, and I think the community of running really appreciating the fact that we are able to do these big events that we would be what we structure our lives around. So many people are training for months for these milestones in their lives, and to have that taken away is a massive, massive blow. But we've gone virtual, and the Cape Town Marathon offers an opportunity now in a very novel way of still really experiencing the mother city, even if you're running in Dubai or New York or wherever you are. We chatted to Francois briefly about it yesterday. He's really excited. Can you, for our viewers, maybe missed that yesterday, just fill us in on what the Cape Town Marathon is all about in its virtual recreation?
Yeah, and, we're obviously very excited about, the launch of the Sanlam Cape Town virtual marathon. To take Cape Town, to every corner of our country, all around the world, through this very unique racing app. It's high-tech. It will give you a full 3D audio experience. It will track you, on your own route, as well as tracking you along
where you would have been,
where you would have been. It will really be a race like no other. I know there's been a lot of virtual pop-up races, but this will be a unique experience, and certainly something we are looking forward to.
I love the fact that Francois was saying yesterday there'll even be crowds cheering you on, which I think is a big part of finishing a marathon. If it's just around the corner now, is it too late to start training for the full marathon? Let's talk preparation here. How much time do you need to prep for a marathon? I know there are shorter distances. Yeah. I'm thinking of tackling the 10K myself. Where should you be in your preparation if you're wanting to do the full marathon or possibly even the half?
So I think if you're a seasoned runner, obviously there's about 11 weeks left, so there's enough time. To get ready. There's training programs on the website that you can go and, look at and follow. But there's a half marathon. We introduced a half marathon this year. There's a 10K and a 5K, So if you're a newbie, there's enough time. My advice would be, to go and enter today. Then you've got your goal. Then make sure that you follow a training program. Because that always makes it a lot easier. Get a training buddy. And often the hardest thing is really putting on your training gear and heading out of the door.
Do it. Just do it.
The moment that you're out of the door, you get the positive energy from training, and you will go back tomorrow.
For those tackling the marathon, as someone who's done so much of this kind of running, how much should you be clocking every day? Should you be running every day? Is there a danger of fatigue, of wearing the body out before you get to the main race? How do you feel about that build-up to the race?
Yeah, I think the marathon, is really a combination of making sure you put in enough training, but then give your body enough recovery to be able to run the marathon on the day. You know, pushing too much will cause injury, but training too little will make you suffer and getting injured on the day and maybe have the chance of not finishing. So, you know, so training for a marathon is really that balance of putting in the work and giving your body enough time to recover.
On race day, you wake up, it's a mental process, getting yourself geared up. It's really exciting, and I like the fact that you called it an incentive, something to work towards, because it can be such a wonderful achievement. But on the day itself, what do you need to do to prep? Do you need to go through a long stretching routine? Do you warm up slowly? How do you get your body and your mind into that zone before you run?
You know, I think, you know, we're very much like a racing car. You know, you need to warm it up before. You know, so I would always recommend some dynamic stretches to get your body and mind ready for the event. So to increase your heart rate a little bit, to warm up your body, and to be mentally and physically ready to not get injured and to be able to, you know, deliver your best performance.
Luckily, Woolies have stepped in as one of the title sponsors. They're going to be helping us keep fueled throughout. What do you recommend we eat during the race to keep us going?
I think the fantastic news is that with Woolworths, you know, there will be 15 water stations across the country, you know, so I'd really recommend, you know, for the runners to go onto the website and check where it is. You know, they will have a fantastic range of products, you know, top quality, to refuel, to fuel during the, you know, during your run, you know, and really have an enjoyable and run having enough energy to get to the finish line.
To take you the full distance, especially if you're running that full marathon. But the Sanlam Cape Town virtual marathon is going to show off this beautiful city in a completely different way. So good to have you on board, to see you in person again really has been a treat. So please stay safe, stay fit, and enjoy being out there on the open road.
Yeah, thank you so much. Looking forward to see you all on racing day.
Hopefully you have been inspired, whether you're planning to do your first 5K, something small just to start, or you're a serious marathon runner. The Sanlam Cape Town Marathon, the virtual marathon, is going to be the virtual event of the century. This is something you are not going to want to miss out on. So next Tuesday, Woolies dietitian Cindy Chin is going to be sharing a little bit more dietary thoughts, some inspiration for all those runners out there on how you can prepare for the race, and of course what can get you through those hard yards. But once again, Elana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It really has been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks.
Get ready to run the Sanlam Cape Town Virtual Marathon wherever you are in the world on the 18th of October 2020. The race is on.